Alrighty, it's a health and wellness check-in, season 5, episode 1. It's your boy Playmaker Twas, Mr. Hoopstar behind the camera. We're in our Nashville studio, back from our LA trip. We get into all LA things here. Mount Rushmore of worst times to get a phone call. We talk some football, some futures, NCAA, NFL, Titans talk, a couple of things about a steakhouse and a never mind, we just watched the episode. And like, subscribe if you're watching this. Shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. And season 5 episode, I don't know how we're still doing this, but let's get into it. UFC superstar Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, dude. What's going on, baby?
What's up, everybody?
Alrighty, what up, everybody? Welcome into Man to Man Podcast. Today we're switching things up and talking man to woman. Please welcome on the show singer, songwriter, social media star Lauren Gray. We know you like the DJs.
I am okay.
$1.99 for a banana bag, bro.
Alrighty, welcome back to season 5 of Man to Man Podcast. We did take some time off this summer after a long season 4 filled with some of the biggest guests that we've had on the show, which was awesome. But now we're back feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and athletic. Liam, Mr. Hoopstar over there, is almost healed up after tearing his patellar tendon earlier this summer. Been rehabbing the knee, almost back to work. Good to hear. You good over there? Looking good?
I'm feeling good. I'm bending my knee.
Yep.
90 degrees. I can sit in a chair normally now.
This is the first time that you've been able to bend your knee while we've recorded this entire year.
Yeah.
Well, after the tear.
Yeah.
So feeling good. Bending knee. 80 degrees. Is that 90 right there?
It's about 115 I can get it to.
115. Love to hear it, brother. Anyways, new season, same brother-in-laws. We're back in the Nashville studio, excited to recap our big trip to Los Angeles, where we broke a poolside mini hoop basketball goal and replaced it with a $160 44-inch full-size basketball goal and threw it in the water. We'll be playing Mount Rushmore of worst times to get a phone call. You've got some good ones?
I think I got the top 4.
Top 4 honorable mentions there.
There's some couple honorable mentions.
Okay, thank you to Pardon My Take. This is kind of the idea. We're going to be playing Mount Rushmore of whatever every single episode here for season 5. Let's see. We'll cover a few hot topics around sports and music and end the pod with some Tennessee Titans talk and future bets we've got in both the NFL and NCAA. It is the first day of college football, Saturday, August 24th. Episode will probably come out next Wednesday or Thursday, but what a game. What a way to start the NCAA college football season in Dublin, Ireland. You had money line Florida State. Is that correct?
I had minus 10.5.
Minus 10.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew the first possession of that game, I was on the wrong side of it.
Okay.
So, but it was good to get back out there, throw some bets on football.
Right.
College football is kind of my bread and butter in terms of betting wise.
Everything just seems to be like back to normal. At this time of the year when college football is back, NFL is back. We'll talk some Titans and kind of that week 1 preview in Chicago. But before we get into all of that, today's sponsor is brought to you by SeatGeek. With the NFL and college football ramping back up again, there is no better app to find sweet last-minute deals than SeatGeek. SeatGeek stands out as the ultimate ticketing app, bringing a fresh perspective to the event game. Unlike the other apps out there, SeatGeek's got this nifty deal score system that scales from 0 to 10 to each ticket. Green means it's a good ticket. Red means it's not the best. It's like having a personal ticket expert right in your pocket. They cut through the ticket chaos, making sure you snag the hottest deals without any guesswork. The app's got your back with interactive seating maps, letting you pick the perfect spot without breaking a sweat. The best part, they're the absolute GOAT for finding sweet last-minute deals before an event takes place. I use SeatGeek for the Titans game preseason, the second game, preseason game for the Titans. Backup field goal kicker won the game. I think
winner,
it was like, what was it, 16 to 15 or something? I don't know what the score was, but I use SeatGeek for that last-minute deal and for those last-minute tickets, and I was right there on the 4th row right there. So it was opposite of the field goal end zone, but it was still super cool to see. So that's where we come in. Yeah, we've got a deal you can't pass up ahead of this year. For all first-time users, you can receive $20 off your entire first purchase by clicking the link in the episode description and using our code MAN2MANPOD at the checkout. Do yourself a favor and save some cash through SeatGeek using our code. Again, that's promo code MAN2 TOMANPOD for $20 off at the checkouts. All right, season 5, episode 1. Let's let the Lord in. Are you ready, brother?
I've been ready for this. I told you when I walked in, I've been kind of itching to get back on here. It was good to take a little break. I think it's always needed for us.
Yeah.
Towards the end of going out to LA and then coming back. We always, like last year, we didn't really get a break. We had a couple guests lined up right after LA, but this year it's been kind of just, we've been off for like 3 or 4 weeks now. And it's,
and I don't know if it's more or less like a burnout that we go through, because obviously we're a smaller podcast and it's a little bit harder to just try to get big guests on our podcast. But I mean, we've been stalemate for a little bit. You had the knee problem. It's like the biggest like tendon in your knee. I've been focusing on work, but I think, like you said, that break helps. And then we were kind of just, we stopped posting on social media, I think sometime around like end of June. Had, the founder of Dad Water on, and then we kind of took that July month off, and we're kind of just ramping up to go to LA. After that, we're kind of going in stride with the NCAA and NFL season. So we're kind of exiting our off season and going into season 5, but we're back feeling refreshed. I want to talk a little bit about season 4 and kind of what that looked like for us before we get into season 5, and what season 5 will look like and how it'll compare to season 4. But yeah, season 4, obviously we take this LA trip. We're on Dash Radio ever since COVID 2020. It's now called Lit Live, I guess. Lit Live acquired Dash Radio earlier this year. In 2024, and then we kind of take this annual trip out to LA each year. We've been doing it since, I guess our first year, was it at the end of 2020 or end of 2021?
Our first trip was 2020, and then
it was end of 2020,
and then 2021 we didn't go because of COVID.
Okay.
And then this third year with Dash, we went back out there.
Okay. So last year when we were trying to go, or when we went to Dash Radio, 2 days before we went out there, we were supposed to go record a live episode out their studios. That's kind of why we take this trip every single year. They were renovating their studios, so they told us that like 2 days before we were flying out there.
All our shit was booked.
All of our shit was booked. We were staying in Sherman Oaks. We had Jorge Masvidal lined up. We had Lauren Gray, which is like a social media influencer juggernaut on social media. TikTok, she started on, I guess, what was it, Musically with Josh Richards and Bryce Hall and them. And then Bruce Buffer, although he lived out in Los Angeles, we were going to just do a Zoom interview with him, but it was going to be Jorge the day we got out there on that Wednesday, and we left super early, I think at like 5 a.m., and we were going to have Jorge come into the Dash Radio studios. Long story short, we just invited all of them to our personal studio, Airbnb, which we kind of thought at first like, oh my God, they're not going to come to our personal studio. Right. But we kind of had a badass Airbnb. There was a shed, I don't know what you call it, like there was a TV back there, there was a pool, it was really nice, ping pong table. And there was, it's not a shed, but what is it called? Like just a little,
like an awning, big like awning, covered
where
roof.
you've got a couch out there and you can kind of rip the pod. But yeah, Jorge came in, he pulled up. Remember that feeling, bro? That was one of the craziest feelings ever. Super nervous. Griffin was out there with us, and he showed up like 2 hours late. But nevertheless, like we did an awesome interview with Jorge. We were able to collab with him on a couple of different social media posts when we came back to Nashville. That next day was Bruce Buffer. We buffed the interview because I guess he didn't get the Zoom link, and then he came on 15 minutes later, and we only had 15 minutes to interview him. And then we ended up asking him to do the interview again back in Nashville. He called my line and was like, hey, what's going on here? I'm sitting poolside like, oh shit, dude, Bruce Buffer's calling, dude.
That was one of the wildest things.
But I mean, we ended up doing the interview with him, and then Lauren Gray came in the studio. So all that to say, like, that sparked like the biggest momentum we've ever had on the podcast. And when we came back that weekend, we interviewed Taylor Holder in the Nashville studio, and then a couple of weeks later, we booked flights and an Airbnb to West Palm Beach and invited Riff Raff into our Airbnb, which was also one of the craziest interviews we've ever had. And then I think we just started to, like, people were asking us like how we're doing it. It's because we're on this radio station. We'll get into that a little bit here in a second. We can talk about that if you want in a second, but that sparked a ton of momentum for us. We were like, okay, what do we do with it? Let's create a media kit. Let's kind of look professional. Let's maybe hire some more interns. We've hired interns in the past ever since really COVID, but hired interns. That was late September 2023. And then, we just had help like sending out this media kit, and that's when we really started secure like brand deals and like the first money we've ever made on the podcast, which was awesome. So we were like, all right, like this is working after, 3.5, 4 years, and let's continue to get help, like doing guest and brand outreach and making money and doing different social media deliverables and things like that. So it was great. I mean, we were kind of flowing. I mean, Jawan Johnson, Bryce Vine came into the Nashville studios. We had people like Shaylin, Jad, and JT. I mean, I don't know, a ton of big names. We have 24 guests on our show out of 28 episodes last year. So it was crazy. We were just hammer. Who can we get on next? Who can we get on next? A couple of UFC fighters too that were super sick to talk to. So we were kind of all over the place. I remember when we had this problem, like, what are you guys, a basketball or like a social media / like musician, entertainment, and lifestyle like podcast? We're kind of all over the place, which is great. So we don't really have a super in-depth niche. But a couple of numbers that I'd like to shout out because numbers don't lie. And I don't want to toot our like own horn here, but I just want to say these numbers, which is
I think
cool.
we have to just to show that we've made progress.
Yeah, which is great. The podcast, first of all, is like not our jobs.
Yeah,
like,
we have other
I don't know
jobs.
how many people that you haven't talked to in a minute that are like, hey, how's the podcast going? And it's like, it's great, but I got a full-time job.
Well, yeah, that's like some of the people I go to college with, they're like, hit my line or like DM me or something and be like, thinking that the podcast is my full-time job. Like, we're making it like hella money off of it, and
I wish it was.
I wish I could quit my job to do it.
Writing
but
podcaster as like your occupation, you know, it's crazy.
But it's not, and so that's another struggle that we've always kind of struggled with.
Yeah.
There's just the balance between what the podcast is and then our actual jobs. But
yeah. So numbers right here: 400,000 plus channel views, 800 new subscribers, 5,000 plus hours watched. And the first time again securing brand deals, which we generated over $15,000, which was awesome. We worked with a couple of different like Dab Water, Tequila Water. Shout out Dab Water. We've got the sign up there. Worked with Neuro Gum. These are just shout outs, I guess. eBoost, a couple of different. Revo was our first one. The sunglasses. Worked with Revo for a little bit. They've got ski goggles and snow goggles that they're known for. Dante DiVincenzo is like a big brand ambassador for them
he just
now.
got a deal.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, shout out to like all the sponsors that we worked with and like gave us a chance. Like I think that was super cool, and they got to see what we can kind of do in this little space that we call a podcast. So yeah, again, it was a big spike for us. I think we tried to like change our different social media dynamic on how we are posting and not just clips. If somebody goes to our page and they can't relate or resonate with us about, or, like what we're talking about or like the guests that we've have on, they're going to exit the page. So we really hammered on a different social media, I guess, strategy there. And we're just covering different hot topics and posting IG reels with our stickers on there from Twitter, like Ryan Garcia videos, Devin Haney videos, which we've got like a couple million views there. But I mean, I was posting like 80 videos in a month, bro. And it was just like, dude, this is way too much.
Yeah,
and when we even tried to get social media interns on to help us with that, it was challenging for them to do so also, because I guess, I don't know, Photoshop is just a little bit difficult. And it's just when we're trying to give people experience and teach people like how to do what we do, I'm not going to say it's like the most challenging thing ever, but it's definitely tedious and like time consuming.
And I feel like I don't know if we did a bad job. We probably didn't do the best job, but also I feel like we got a lot of people that didn't know exactly what they were signing up to do.
Yeah.
Like when the job description, which is, I think, another thing just in life in general, when you go into a job, like, don't just apply to jobs just because you think it sounds cool. Like, know what you're doing, because I feel like some of the people that we hired, they didn't know how to, like, it says posting social media clips in a description, and they're like, how do you do that?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it is what it is. Also, like it was pretty cool at the same time to get on like a couple of different people that were in their senior year of college that are able to put like our podcast on their resume, which I've saw a couple of different times, like as like their experience on LinkedIn and like paragraph like what they did for us. So I think that's great. Going into season 5, I guess, like let's just fast forward a little bit. I don't know if we want to hammer or zone in on like, let's get guests every week, post 70 times. Like, let's just go back to having fun, I think is what you and I agreed upon. We learned and seen that we can make money, which I think we've got McKenna, who's been with us ever since after that Riff Raff interview. She was an intern. She's been doing our brand and guest outreach. She's kind of like our manager now. We took her out to LA. Let's just kind of have McKenna set the tone on like guest and brand deals. And then, that's kind of like our speed there. But I'm definitely itching to get back on the podcast. But yeah, I don't know if it's like every week we'll have an episode. Let's just call it maybe like a bi-weekly episode as of now, because you are going back to work. I've got some exciting announcements with my job. That's not a podcast, but that's kind of what season 4 looked like for us. Yeah. And sure, we want to get more interns on. I think that we can have help out with social media and things like that and brand and guest outreach. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great year. So thank you all for the support, and thank you all for the support, and we'll see what happens here in the next couple of months here. So
yeah, I think we'll get back to, I think our episodes will be better too if we're not forcing. I remember there was like a 3-week span where we were like 4 episodes every month. Yeah, for 3 months straight, and that was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, and 28 episodes. I was doing the math last night. It would be 4 episodes in 7 months, but we did have a couple of those months where it was like 2 episodes a month, 2 other episodes a month, which was fine, but it was everything else. Like on top of us, when we did have interns, we had like 7 interns at once at one point in time. And then we would hop on these calls, and we've got a pretty organized like Excel spreadsheet with what they have to do, daily tasks. And that was another thing, like going in every night and like assigning daily tasks to them in this Excel spreadsheet. But it was just super buttoned up and organized. Like I think we did a pretty good job at it.
I do too, but it was also like if that was like our full-time jobs again, going back to that, it would be so much more like, of course, this is not bad at all.
Right.
But when you are doing it as much as we were and still doing other things and trying to live and survive and with other stuff besides our podcast.
Yeah. It's like, damn, dude, I'm trying to pay rent this week, but should we still rip a pod? It's like, yeah, we got to, bro. Yeah. It's like, no, dude, I got to go like drive Uber or something this weekend, dude. So anyways, let's get into our LA trip. Our LA trip was awesome, man. It was, I guess, July 31st to August 4th. It was that Wednesday through a Sunday. We took an early flight out there. The first thing that I noticed, it was an early flight. It wasn't 4 a.m. It was about a 7 a.m.er. One of the first things that I noticed from you is you raw dogged the flight. Did you raw dog the flight?
Going out there, I did.
Yeah,
because
that's crazy.
I thought I was going to go to sleep.
Yeah,
because it was early enough.
You had a window seat. I had a window seat.
Didn't drink coffee.
Nope, I didn't either.
And I mean, hour and a half in, I couldn't fall asleep. Ended up putting headphones in.
Why couldn't you sleep though?
I usually can sleep on planes because I slept I slept almost 3 hours on the way back. But I don't know. I don't know if it was just me excited to get out there to LA or something. But it was like,
well, you kind of wake up around that time too, right? Or you used to when you were starting work, or when you were going to work.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
It was great. Window seat versus aisle seat. We were kind of talking about it. Window seat, I guess.
You got the aisle seat coming back.
I got the aisle seat coming back because you can extend your leg a little bit, but it was still pretty uncomfortable. But the window seat, that early, no one's got their windows up. And then when you put it up, and it's also dark in the airplane too. Right. So when you put the window up, it's like, my eyes. It's like in that SpongeBob movie where he takes off the bald.
Shining.
Yeah. So that was fun. We got to LA around 10 a.m., picked up the Range Rover at LAX, which that Range Rover was super badass. Quick thing on the Range Rover. I forgot to grab my phone clip out of the AC vent.
Oh, shit.
I know. I've been struggling in my car, bro. Like, just trying to, I know. I was like, did I forget anything out there? Yes, the phone clip. Man, I got to get another one. Picked up McKenna. That was our first time, like, hanging out with McKenna in person. Again, McKenna's been with us for about a year now, if not a year. So that was fun hanging out with her. We had a badass Airbnb in Sherman Oaks, quiet neighborhood, about 15 minutes north of West Hollywood. We've stayed in the area before. That was the coolest Airbnb that we've had by far. The home was super modern, built in 2023, 2.5 bath, pool and hot tub in the back, lighted up at nights, grill, fireplace, cabana, axe throwing game outside, which was super fun. They had a bench for working out, touch screen refrigerator, kind of your first thoughts on the Airbnb when we went out there?
Or I mean, like you said, it was definitely the nicest Airbnb I think I've ever actually stayed in.
Really?
Ever.
I will say there was one thing that it was a pet peeve of mine. I got to have like a little fan or like white noise.
It was too quiet.
Was too quiet sleeping.
Yeah.
Too quiet.
Yeah. I actually ended up opening my window.
Oh, really?
A little bit, and that noise from outside kind of helped.
Man. Yeah, it was great. I mean, just getting out there, it's a freaking like adult playground right there. Let's talk about the poolside mini hoop basketball goal. The day we got there on Wednesday, we didn't do much. We were just settling in, got groceries, got out, go. We were drinking on the Coronas the entire time, kind of fun. Yeah. There was a poolside mini hoop that we got in the water. We were playing on it. We went to go buy a little basketball at Walgreens for the poolside mini hoop. 10 minutes later, after we get in the water, we break this mini hoop. We're like, damn, we really wanted to play basketball this week. So what did we do? We called around a couple different like Walmarts and Dick's Sporting Goods. We ended up landing at this Walmart, I don't know, like 20 minutes away, and then bought $160 44-inch full-size basketball goal.
Well, I do want to say, preface, we looked for like a kid's basketball goal.
Okay.
That was what we were looking for.
Okay, yeah. That's good.
And then when we got to Walmart, they said they had this kids one, and then this is the one that
Walmart was a little tricky to deal with, right?
They were kind of sketchy. Walmart too.
Yeah, like the employees were like walking away, like, you know.
Yeah, like
the Walmart employees.
We don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, so we bought a full size basketball goal for $160.
Yeah,
and then it took about 2 hours to build, which it was kind of fun to like make, whatever. And then we just threw it in the pool, and then we used the weights that you use for the bench to kind of like, I don't know, just hold it down underwater. Yep. But when we were trying to put water in the little hole, you know, at the bottom, whatever, at the base, I was just, you guys, maybe we can pop up a video here, but I was just trying to like lay on that thing, and you were just trying to put water. I mean, it was the most me and you thing that we could have ever done. It was really hard to like get water in that thing. But that was Wednesday night. Let's see, Thursday nights. Or we grilled out first night. That was kind of cool too. Yeah. That was nice. Coffee the next morning. We drove over to Venice to check out the Friday Beer Studio, which was awesome. Shout out to Jack Barrett for hooking us up with a tour there. He wasn't even there, but he hooked us up with, I guess, who was the director of content or whatever that guy's name. Was his name Edge?
But he was like, I don't know if he was director of content. I think he was just like studio manager.
Studio manager?
Yeah, like he just made sure everything's working and stuff there.
Got coffee and then checked it out. What do you think of the studio? We got to we didn't really get to meet him. We said what's up to him. But and Glue Guy wasn't there, right? No. So it was Dr. Locks.
Locks was there.
Angus for a second. We saw him down low, but I was surprised how big it was inside compared to like what it looks like outside, which I guess you don't really get a view of what it looks like outside, but
yeah, and to think that is where they started.
Yeah.
They're moving. I guess they're moved now.
They've moved. What is it, on Main Street in Venice?
Yeah.
Which is a nicer street. Is that where Victorian's on?
Yeah, it's in between Victoria and where they are now, I believe.
Nice.
But yeah, to think that's where they started and to have that spot in that place, it was kind of cool to like, damn, this is where Friday Beer started.
Yeah.
Like we have.
Also, obviously, 15 degrees cooler.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it was like 95 degrees every single day.
I mean, being in the valley where we kind of were, I mean, it was like hitting hundreds.
Yeah.
And then we go to Beach Town.
Yeah.
And
then you see like, I don't even know if they're homeless, but like the surfers with their surfboards. I mean, the guys look homeless, like dreads. I don't even know how to describe it, man. They just like didn't have jobs. The vibes there are totally different. For sure. There's different vibes everywhere in LA.
Yeah.
Okay, so came back. We had a good friend named Alec Eskin who lives in New York. His sister's in West Hollywood. She just had a child, and he came over to hang out with us when we came back. We went to one of our favorite rooftop bars in West Hollywood, EP and LP. Great vibes there. Not a lot of people there because it was a Thursday night. And then we got recommended by our other friend who lives in Venice, Lily, to go check out this bar about like a 5-minute walk that has a pool table. So we drive over there, you know. There's no.
Hey, for the record, you were not in the wrong. I just want you to know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, there was no line or anything. I was the first guy to show my ID to this bouncer, probably like late 20s, He was just shining his light on my ID forever, dude. And I made the remark. I was like, hey, man, we're just visiting. And I don't know if it was like standoffish or like kind of a dickish way I said it, but I was just like, yo, we're visiting, man. He was like, what's up? And I was like, I think I had a little ego to me. And I was like, we're just visiting, bro. Like, what's good? He was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, like that's my real ID.
Well, the thing too is it was taking a hot second.
Yeah,
for him to check IDs.
So
usually you just show them the ID, they look at it, and you get in. But I feel like we were standing out there for like 5 minutes. Before.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro, really. And then he asked for another form of identification and then a second form of identification, which is fucking wild. Yeah. So, and then he asked me after that what my name was, what my birthday was, what my address was, which I've lost my license so many times and I've lived in so many places, different places here in Nashville. I didn't know what my address was on that thing. I was like, 3rd Avenue North? It was like, nah. I was like, okay, then it's 490. Actually, I'm not going to say my address. Yeah. And then he was like, when's your birthday? And I was like, 3/10/96. What month is that? March. Finally gave my fucking ID back. And I was like, dude, we are not giving you guys business.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, so that was crazy. I mean, we called it an early night. And then on Friday, pretty much hung out by the pool. We were pretty hungry. So we went to some sort of crab shack, I guess it was, like in a little strip mall area.
Yeah.
Had some fried calamari. What was the tea? They only had raspberry tea, iced tea.
Yeah, I was looking for just some regular tea, and they were like, we just do raspberry. I was like,
turn off that thing. Raspberry iced tea. Then the thing that threw me off, I wanted some mussels. You want Louisiana style mussels? Yeah, sure. I don't know what that means. Came back with a big bucket with a bib and gloves, and I was like, oh God, what's about to happen? Then just dropped like a 20-pound, like 15-pound plastic bag filled with mussels, sausage, corn. Was there anything else in there?
They gave you the boil.
Yeah.
They gave you the mussel
I've
boil.
never done anything like that ever in my life. I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it.
You were thinking you were gonna get a plate of
mussels with some bread. Yeah, I didn't ask for the whole shebang, brother. So yeah, I mean they're pretty good, I guess, but
they were pretty good. Actually, I mean, to be honest, going into that place, I didn't know if it was going to be any good, but it wasn't bad, actually.
Yeah.
I had some oysters, too, that weren't
terrible.
The
oysters were not bad. Yeah, the oysters not. We could have probably had better oysters, but I mean, that's if you go to Catch LA or wherever you want to go. Okay.
But considering the spot, it wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't like, let me throw up now.
Would I go there again? No.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So came back. I took like a 2-hour nap. The time difference was kind of messing with me a little bit.
Another thing that I've noticed about you this trip is you were like, that sun was like getting to you a little bit each day.
Oh, I was cooking, brother.
Yeah. You were trying to get some sun, but then like 4 o'clock rolls around and he's like dead energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I tried to like get myself back up by doing the concert, poolside concert for you and McKenna. When we also woke up, I guess it was, I can't remember when Eskin left, but it could have been before we ate that we tried the Rippin' Internal podcast.
That was the last day.
That was the last day?
That was Sunday before, or no, it was Saturday.
Okay.
Before everybody came over.
Okay. So Friday night, we went to the Victorian and the Bungalow, which is kind of like frowned upon. It's like a Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. But that, dude, like, we didn't even go. We just went out there at McKenna for drinks at like 8:30. We were sitting outside. I mean, it's like, it looks like a house, like 3-story home. Got some good drinks, and then went over to Bungalow, which Bungalow's a little bit more sweatier, per se. Yeah. And then we were kind of just standing around. There was that one chick that was like trying to hit on me and shit.
Oh yeah, we all three were walking by just to kind of get us a new spot and kind of post up. And we walked by, she was sitting down at the table and she just turns around, looks at Andy and says, "Damn, you fine." I was like,
shit, that's the first time I heard that one.
That's how these girls are shooting out here. They're just like, "Damn, you fine?"
Yeah, you fine. I was like, yeah, shit.
I'll be honest, she wasn't the most attractive girl, but I mean, hey, she was shy.
Yeah, you guys were like trying to get me to talk to her, and I was like, bro, like, I can't do it, bro. Like, honestly, like, I just didn't want to talk. It was like not my type, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
She probably eating too many mussels, you know? And then we went back home on Friday night. And then Saturday was kind of like the day we were like, all right, this is our last day out here. We really haven't gotten to do much, but it's the day to kind of go out. Saturday, we woke up. We tried to rip an Eternal podcast. We're not going to release that. It was like the difference between like season 4 out there and this was, trust us, man. We tried to like reach out to a ton of people, which makes us look kind of bad, but fuck it, I don't really care. We emailed a ton of people. We had honestly like a good 10 to 15 people that were like on the fence, but they were either out of town. What was the one? Like we were gonna have like Chanel West Coast on. Is that her name? And she was like her like rep works at MTV was like, yo, let's definitely do this, but she won't be in town that day, and so.
And they didn't want to do a Zoom and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Blake Corum, Michigan
we were
running
gonna
back.
have Michigan running back, plays for the Rams now, right?
Yeah. But he was doing
Training
camp.
camp.
It just didn't line up.
Gus Edwards was another guy. Who does he play for? Is the Rams as well? He's got to be out there, right?
Yeah.
And then Tutu Atwell.
Tutu was with the
Chargers,
maybe, or maybe it's. The
I
other
think
way,
it's
the
Gus Edwards is with the Chargers. Tutu's with the Rams, but I mean it was great. Sorry, nothing toward McKenna or Eskin. It was just like, what are we doing here? Which sucked because we brought all the equipment out there, and you had to end up paying $100 for us to have that bag like go back to. It was just, what was it, overweight?
Yeah, it wasn't overweight when we went out there, but then when we came back, it was overweight.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, we said screw it. We took pictures on Rodeo, and then Saturday we had our friends Ben, Alex. Ben's girlfriend is Alex, and then Lake drive up 3 hours from San Diego to come hang out with us, play some 2v2 basketball. That was fun. And then Lily, our friend who lives in Venice, came back and hung out with us. McKenna had to leave unexpectedly. Her flight was going to be around the same time on Sunday, but I think there were like hurricanes, right? In Florida. This is where she lives in Orlando. So she had to take a red eye back, which sucked, but it kind of opened up a bedroom for Ben and Alex, which was, I don't know how they were going to sleep with Lake staying there, but I'll tell
you this, when I left.
Yeah, you went to go pick up Alec Eskin, and you came back, and there was like a full party at our Airbnb.
Yeah, I took McKenna to the airport.
Yeah.
Just so I could also go pick up Alec later.
Yeah.
Or over there in Marina Del Rey. So it kind of worked out perfectly because he didn't want to Uber or whatever. So when we came back into that Airbnb, it was like,
jumping.
It's like it's go time because they were like, I don't know what, 10 extra people I'd never seen before.
I'm so glad I didn't go with you too. That was a good call because you're like, stay here probody.
Somebody's got to stay here.
Yeah.
If not, it'll get out of control.
Yeah. I mean, I had a friend who was also friends with Lily out there, who I played soccer with in 8th grade, who lives out there, and he came over, and then he brought like 20 of his boys.
Yeah, Mr. Ford, his mom, she was my teacher.
Oh, really? Yeah. Shut up, Ben, man. Cool kid. Yeah, you guys came back and were like, is this the right house? And I was like, yeah, go ahead and get ready. Let's rock. We're rocking right now. We're rocking right now. They ended up going to all Ben's friends that we didn't know ended up going somewhere else. Our crew stayed together. And then we kind of just ended up separating a little bit. We went, Alec, you and myself went to Victorian.
Again.
Lily, Ben, Alex went to Santa Monica, which we ended up in Santa Monica shortly after we got to the Victorian. I think the Victorian was just jumping so much that we were like...
We also went out a lot later than we thought we were going to.
We went out at like 1 a.m., right?
I think
12:30?
Yeah, we ended up leaving our place at like midnight.
Yeah, midnight, yep.
And so once we were there, that place was like we were not on enough levels to be like, all right, let's.
We went to that bar in Santa Monica. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was a cool bar. I don't know what that was called. We were there
for like 20 minutes, so we didn't really have like a good like night out, I'd say. But we came back and played some poker late night. Eskin was just overindulging to say the least. Ended up cutting his foot on a piece of glass. He had like a full drink at the poker table. Swiped it off the table. Ended up cutting the bottom of his foot. Ended up sleeping in the cabana outside. I didn't get much sleep. He ends up walking into my room like an hour later after I get in bed at like 5 a.m. and just snoring his ass off. So I didn't get any sleep, bro. any sleep. I was just like, I knew I was still up. You know that feeling?
When you're sitting in bed.
Yeah, and I was
you're
like,
just,
fucking hey, dude. And it was completely silent except his snoring.
Hey, you wanted some noise. There you go. That's noise.
Yeah. Anyways, it was a great time, man. We'll definitely have to go back there and kind of do it all over again. But I wish we kind of had a videographer with us next time. That was just kind of, we went out there, man. We were just like, let's just go out there to have fun and not really worry about a lot and go just hang out and get refreshed and rejuvenate and just
I think
chill.
another thing that kind of opened at least me up a little bit more of like relaxing and just hanging out.
Yeah.
More of like a vacation is because we didn't have any like big guests.
Yeah.
Or any, it wasn't so much a work trip like it was last year.
Yeah.
It was just like, let's just have fun out here.
I will say the Airbnb or the Uber back on Saturday night was $97.
Yeah. For like
30 minutes.
Yeah. 7 miles
Crazy,
or something.
bro. And then we had our flight back on Sunday. We had to get the Range Rover back at like noon, and then barely made the flight around like 1:30.
Yeah, that was a LAX security lines.
It was.
I get
so
it was
busy.
I get it was Sunday and stuff, and that's a big travel day. But they gotta do some.
It was a lot smaller than what you would expect, right? Like
Well,
that,
we
like
were in
JFK
one-
is a lot bigger than LAX.
And we were in. I mean, yeah, we had a whole terminal of flights and stuff, but it still shouldn't have been like we were. You come up the escalator, and then usually you have to walk around and then come down to security.
Yeah.
Once we got off the elevator, we were standing in line for security.
Yeah.
And we were standing in security for like, I don't know, 35 minutes.
Yeah, and then
40
once we
minutes?
got on the plane, we weren't moving either, right? It was like we were on the plane sitting for like
shit, I
30
forgot about
minutes. Yeah.
So we got boarding like B1 and 2 or B3 and 4 or something
Yeah.
like that. So we get through security and B is like 1 through 15 is already gone.
Yeah.
So we just like walk straight into the
Yep.
airplane, get our seats, and then I don't know, 20 minutes go by and we're not moving. And then
What was it? Like a fuel thing or what?
there was some gauge. He was talking about some light or gauge that was like, hey, we got to get a mechanic to like reset it before we can move or something. It was stupid, but I was like, holy shit.
Overall thoughts on the LA trip. I had a great time. It was cool to hang out with McKenna. I think she kind of slowed us down. We both agreed. Like if we would have went out on Thursday and Friday, we probably would have felt like some serious butt cheeks on Saturday, like we did feel last year.
Yeah, we would
hurting last year.
have gotten after it like we did on Saturday more.
Yeah. And I'm glad we did. And that was kind of the plan too. I was like, let's just wait till Saturday to
Just
do what
one
we gotta
night,
do. And it
yeah.
worked out.
Yeah.
So it was fun. The birds are sexy. Got nothing really there. I guess, were they younger or
I don't know. When we were in Victoria the second time with
Victorian?
Eskin the second time, every girl that walked in there, it had to be in college.
They all like went to UCLA or something?
Yeah, had to be in college.
Yeah.
And you can't really tell some of them, but you can tell by their friends that they hang out with.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, she looks like she's in college.
Here's my thing. We didn't say what's up to any girls out there.
No, we did not. Well, we all.
One girl came up like
Yeah.
at the Victorian
Yeah.
and was like, hey, I went to UT or something. Or
Yeah,
Chicago.
she was like, she was in Chicago and then she went to Hume Fogg or something.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
No, but I don't know. It was like, I don't know. We were also just not on that like vibe because we had like McKenna and Eskin with us.
Yeah.
We didn't have like a night where it was just me and you. Because if it was just me and you going out one night, we'd have been.
Maybe next year we should do it like that.
Yeah.
And no shade to McKenna, but shit, we gonna go get athletic, you know?
Yeah.
This was our chill trip, but all right, cool. Overall thoughts, LA's a vibe. Would you live out there? Probably not. It's way too spacious and who knows what the hell is going on out there. Everyone from LA is moving to Nashville. Let's get into our Mount Rushmore of worst times to get a phone call. And this is, I just want to preface this, like who's calling, friend, boss, relative, or like your girlfriend?
Yeah.
It can be any of them or what's good.
I have a couple situations where the phone caller matter.
Okay.
But the other ones, it could be kind of anybody.
Okay. Ringer is on loud. So Mount Rushmore of worst time to get a phone call. I'll let the guest go first.
The guest, huh?
The guest at the house. Yes, correct.
I think I have to put the most obvious one, and I think it has to be up there, but in church. Because I recently started going to church every Sunday, and it doesn't matter who's calling, so much to say, but I think that is up there because if you're sitting and something's going on and you just got full blast ringer, and then everybody's looking around like, why you have that's like an automatic, right?
What if it's like a gospel ringtone? Still doesn't matter.
No,
Still doesn't matter.
So I think that has to be up there.
During like prayer
or like the sermon or even like the music going on at the beginning or whatever. So I had to put that one up there.
Are these in order too?
No, this is just
okay.
This is just kind of
I
haven't did a order.
Okay, so
Mount
in
Rushmore's
church,
is just they're up there. No.
Okay,
exact order.
right. Okay, I like that.
So I have to have that one up there. The second one.
Hold up. We're going back and forth here.
Oh, back and forth. Go ahead then.
Back and forth. Okay, so that's your first answer right there.
Gotta get that.
Mine, I'm gonna bring it back to the younger days. Okay. While hiding during hide and seek.
See, I have something similar to that one too.
Okay. Well, you find your perfect spots. You're kind of like, trying to, control your breathing a little bit. You're in, the shower or something. Oh, I know where you're at.
Yeah.
So while hiding during hide and seek is my first one.
Okay. I also have kind of more in the middle school, not so much high school because it happens and nobody really cares. Mm-hmm. But middle school, when you first get your phone and you're sitting in class and it goes off.
Yep.
Maybe not so much a phone call, but your music player goes off and you're blasting music. And then the teacher takes your phone. And then you can't get it back maybe until one day I had to leave it overnight and get it the next day. Mm-hmm. One time I think I had, like, my mom had to come and get it from the teacher. And then, or I just pick it up at the end of the day. I think that back in how severity of like how when you just get a phone at that age, you're like, I can't lose this. I can't break this.
I think I got a phone when I was like in 5th grade or 4th grade.
And so that was one of the ones that I kind of thought back on was like, hey, that is the worst because then everybody else is like, it's funny. You're probably laughing, but then also the severity of like, holy shit, my phone's gone.
Yeah. So I can relate to that super, super heavy. My first year, my sophomore year at David Lipscomb High School, in art class, I got my phone taken up. I had a girlfriend at the time. Had my phone taken up overnight. I'm Facebook messaging my girlfriend at the time, talking about should we get you a pregnancy test?
Oh, hell no.
For not even obvious reasons because we didn't like have sex or anything, but it was we were getting handsy and dicey and maybe we were just stupid and didn't know if anything could happen, right?
Yeah, fooling around.
Yeah, fooling around.
We call that fooling around.
And
both body
her
parts
parents end up seeing the messages.
See, that's even crazier.
Yeah. So I got screwed, bro.
All because you got your phone taken.
Yeah, all because I got my phone fucking taken. I think it was like I gave her I bought her like a pregnancy test and she had ended up taking it at Pizza Perfect across the street like that day. And then I was like, are you pregnant or not?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
See, that's even worse.
It was crazy, bro. I like that one. All right, my second one is while during a good dream.
Oh, like waking up to a phone call. See.
And I don't want to say I got /sleeping here, but you could be sleeping and having a bad dream. So during a really good dream.
See, this is, I like that one, but I also put my shit on Do Not Disturb now.
Well, we're talking, that's not the name of the game. The ringer is on.
I know.
Ringer's
on.
So
I like that one. That's why I kind of have safety precautions for that, but that's a good one. I don't
from me at 4 a.m.
You moved over to I'll take notifications from you.
Okay, nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Because hopefully those 4 a.m. phone calls aren't coming through as often.
They're not important, trust me.
All right, so my next one, I think we have this one is similar, but I'm going to say during sex.
Yeah.
You get a phone call, and this was a situation that it was not traumatic, but it was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
When you're having sex with your girlfriend or whoever, and then another girl is called your phone.
Oh.
You reach over to maybe quiet it, look over and see it, then your whole mental is chucked.
Yeah.
Because depending on who that person...
Is this your girlfriend that you're having sex with? Or is this kind of just, she on the rust?
This instant for me was not when I had a girlfriend.
Okay, cool.
But I lean over, I look at the phone, a name, I glance at the name,
Does she see it?
I don't know. I'm just kind of.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just my mental is
You're like,
chalked.
shit, I don't know if she saw it or not.
Well, it doesn't even matter if she did see it, but just for me, seeing certain names across that phone could just be a mental like. So like sex, I would just put the phone in the other room or turn it off.
It's an obvious one too, I feel like, but it's a solid one for sure. I like that one. I had that one, but it's under my honorable mentions. Okay. So during sex, I like it, especially the way you described it. It's a good situation. This has happened to me. Receiving a phone call while taking a selfie with a celebrity.
That's tough.
Think about it.
Now,
So, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
When the Nashville Predators were in the Stanley Cup against the Pittsburgh Penguins 2018, 2017,
somewhere around
16, somewhere around there. I think it had to have been 16, actually. I'm with Lily on Broadway after the game, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's Charles Barkley down there. Yo, let's go take a selfie with him real quick. And so I was like, Lily thought it was the I think he crazy Gnarls Barkley or whatever.
Gnarls Barkley.
I was like, yo, Charles, can I please get a picture? I'm a big fan. All right, man. Like, just last because he'd probably been taking pictures the entire night. Yeah. Taking a photo. I get a call from a guy that I haven't talked to in years, John Bradford. I'm like, why is he calling me? I'm like, oh, shoot, my bad. And I try to take it again, and the selfie ends up being blurry.
Damn.
Devastating, brother. Still posted it on socials, but yeah, taking a selfie with a celebrity.
That's a good one. Yeah. I didn't really think about that one. Yeah. I guess because it never happened to me before.
It only happened to me once.
So if it happened to you, then that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so my last one. Now this is twofold here because I don't want to. The other side of this is I do it all the time, but this first side of this that is my Mount Rushmore is not what you want to happen. Okay. So I think when I'm in the bathroom taking a shit or I'm sitting on the toilet, I might be scrolling through my phone on Instagram or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. That is when you get the call.
Yep.
I don't think that for me is like normal. You should just not answer that phone call.
Oh, I answer it.
I know, but see, this is what I do. If I get a phone call before I'm going to the bathroom, I'm talking, I don't mind going into the bathroom. But if I'm already in the act of shitting and I pick it up and like, oh, what you're doing, I'm just chilling. Oh, actually, I'm shitting. Like, I don't say, oh, I'm just sitting on the toilet shitting.
I've got friends that'll be, I'm like, what are you up to? I'm just taking a shit. And then they'll FaceTime me. I'm like, dude, I don't want to FaceTime you right now.
Yeah, see, that's why for me, that was just a little weird because that happens to me.
I like it.
But I don't mind going, like, I'm on the phone and then I happen to have to take a shit. Or, it's going to be a longer phone call. I don't mind going in because then it's like all the...
You just don't tell them.
Yeah. All the, like, upfronts of, like, what you're doing. Oh, I'm just sitting here watching TV.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I go to but sitting there answering and be like, what you're doing, I'm just chilling, knowing that you're on the shitter.
This one, I like it. My turn?
Yeah, your
turn. All right.
Go ahead.
My last, and honestly, this might be the best one right here. This might champion me right here for the first Mount Rushmore, I'll be honest with you.
All right.
Bringing it back to the younger days, middle school, while sneaking out of the house when you were young.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good one.
That's a really good one. We're in the kitchen right there. We just hopped over the dog fence. That's the hardest obstacle to get over.
Yeah.
In the kitchen. I don't know what that was officer sound.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good one.
What do you do in that situation?
I don't know. I feel like I think we just turn around and go back and wait for a second and see if my mom's is up.
Bro. She heard that.
Yeah, so that's why you just turn around, go back, fake sleep, and
I think that
wait 20 more minutes.
That's a good one, bro. So what do you got again? Recap yours.
Taking a shit.
Yeah, well, taking a shit during sex. Another girl calls. Church.
And then at school, middle school.
Okay.
In the classroom.
I've got while hiding during hide and seek, while during a good dream, while taking a selfie with a celebrity, while sneaking out of the house when you're young. I feel like I got you on that.
That last one was very...
What do you got for honorable mentions?
I kind of have just places that you don't want to, maybe at the movies. You're sitting in the movies.
Yep, I've got that one.
Goes run off. That was the only one that I don't think I really had for honorable mentions.
I'm going to fire off. I got during sex, at a funeral, while reading a eulogy at a funeral, during a moment of silence, at the movies, during an exam, in jail, at night, or really any time. I don't know why. You just don't want to get your shit chalked.
Yeah, you know? I got that one. That's good.
In a packed elevator where you just have no room, or it could be in your purse or something if you're a chick. You know, like can't get it. I can't get to it. Can you? And then during a job interview.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll throw it up on socials, and you guys can let us know. But on socials, we won't say who's Mount Rushmore is whose.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. That was fun. Hot topics. Cristiano Ronaldo starts YouTube channel, breaks record for fastest to 1 million subscribers. Cristiano Ronaldo, he is the most followed person on social media with nearly 1 billion followers between Facebook, X, and Instagram, the latter platform of which he boasts a whopping 636 million followers. He's also the richest athlete alive. He gained 1 million subscribers within 90 minutes of launch. He reached 10 million subscribers in 12 hours, whereas it took Mr. Beast 132 days to hit that milestone. Within 24 hours, that number had jumped to 20 million. I think he's at about 40 now. He launched 19 videos, which I thought it was only one, but he posted 19 videos. And then compared to Mr. Beast, it took him almost 3,000 days to reach 20 million subscribers. So, yeah. And then he surpassed iShowSpeed in subscribers on the first day, which iShowSpeed is like his biggest fan.
Yeah. I think he just internationally and worldwide known as just one of those dudes.
Yeah.
And he's always been like, you get like a David Beckham, the soccer guys, the whole countries are getting behind this one guy.
Yep.
And that's, I think, helps. I think it's just crazy to think that why doesn't he have a YouTube already or something like that? I feel like if you're already that famous, you would have been done that or stuff like that. But it's just crazy to think how
I think Messi's got around 3 million subscribers.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think how worldwide somebody's known. Like,
yeah. Maybe I don't understand it.
633 million on Instagram or something.
On all platforms.
Yeah, that's
all
crazy.
Platforms, yeah. So I looked up how much he makes in a day.
Oh, you found that out?
Take a guess.
In a day?
Yeah. With salary, all endorsements, everything you can think of.
Brand
deals.
It's probably 7, 8 a day.
It's close. 600,000.
600?
597.
I was going to say, it's not probably quite a million, but it's 7 or 8. That's
$597,000 a day.
That's just like, hey,
yo.
I wake up and I get 500,000 just in the bank account. I'll be like, okay.
Like, dude, he's like one guy that could be like helping save the world, I feel like.
Yeah.
But he's not.
I mean, he's like Jeff Bezos type shit,
he's
bro.
not. You know, like, I guess good for him. Will he surpass Mr. Beast?
No, just Mr. Beast does so much different type of content, I'm sure.
Where he's reaching countries too.
Yeah.
Also, the cool thing about Mr. Beast's videos is they're all in different languages.
I was going to say,
like Cristiano Ronaldo's is English when I was watching his YouTube video yesterday.
Yeah, he has them all dubbed in all the different languages.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I just found that out too.
Okay, so in honor of college football starting, huge upset. Georgia Tech upset Florida State by a field goal. You had -10, but the day before, it's in Dublin, Ireland to kick off, which I don't know why, but it is kind of cool. We should go to Dublin, Ireland. Seems really cool, actually. Pat McAfee gets absolutely hammered. He's guzzling 12 pints of stouts in Dublin, Ireland during the Pat McAfee show. I guess yesterday on YouTube. This is last week if you're watching it right now.
Yeah. He's
guzzling beers.
Well, he was fucking hammered by the end of it.
He was saying how shit-faced he was. Nick Saban was a co-host on the show. He was dancing with Miss Terry, Nick Saban's wife, flipping her around.
I just wonder what the phone call is from like the ESPN execs of saying, was that a good thing or a bad thing? Is he going to be like, he's not going to get taken off of ESPN. I just want to know what their thoughts were.
You know who's pissed?
Huh?
RG3. Oh, yeah. RG3 is pissed.
That was funny. I mean, RG3 should definitely find a job.
Yeah. He'll probably sign with like Fox Sports, but McAfee, I think, I don't know, man. I don't know how
I think that's just the new age of like, even on the broadcast today, though, for the Florida State at halftime, the announcers were drinking Guinness.
Oh, really?
They weren't pounding them. They weren't taking them to the head, but they were drinking them.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense in Dublin, Ireland, because what do you think about when you think of Dublin, Ireland?
Yeah, Guinness.
Yeah.
But you're also, the way that he did that, it was like, holy fuck.
I mean, he was chugging every single beer.
Yeah, he wasn't like taking a gulp. He
And
was
I'm like,
finishing that.
he also said he took a 100 milligram edible right before the show.
Yeah, he does that every day though.
Oh, really?
He's a big,
He a big pothead?
yeah.
Big edible guy?
Like he'll smoke joints on his show.
They were talking about, I think Nick Saban was up there and he was asking him about Ryan Day and his legacy if he loses this year. Ohio State, Ryan Day's record is incredible, right? I don't know what 42-6 on something. I don't know what those numbers are, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was just cursing while he was just talking toward Nick Saban. Nick Saban's like, yeah, I'm not even paying any attention to you right now.
I mean,
I think he was saying like those Ohio State fucks, man. Like if they lose, they're fucked, you know?
But that's kind of the new age. That's why he's so good at what he does, I think. I don't necessarily listen to every show every day on ESPN, but like that new age of talking about sports and like it's like me and you talking about sports. I'm going to be dropping F-bombs. I'm going to be doing this or that. And that's kind of like why he's been so good at what he does.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm fucking smashing 12 pints of beer on a nationally broadcast television show, but
yeah. So that was crazy. I mean, well, I guess we'll see what happens. He made it to the pregame show, which is pretty impressive.
yeah, he probably was fucking hurting.
Yeah. I was like, I know what that feeling's like after like dozen
Because
beers.
there's like pictures after at the bar, and he has his shirt off with his boys and stuff.
Yeah, he also puked multiple times.
Yeah, and I'm like, dog, you know you gotta wake up in the morning, right?
All right, USA flag football QB says he's better at the sport than Patrick Mahomes because of his IQ in the game. I think there's this, what is his name? Darrell Hooch or something?
Darrell.
This guy, went super viral. I guess he plays for the national flag football team that we have in America.
Yeah,
But it'll be the new sport introduced in the 2028 Los Angeles Summer Game Olympics.
Yep.
And then Patrick Mahomes, I think he tweeted by responding like a 50 Cent like video saying what the fuck or something. I don't know what he was talking about. But first thoughts here. I guess we saw a video of the guy side throwing. Side on throwing.
I think the only thing from what he like tried to clarify after the fact was like because Patrick Mahomes wasn't playing flag football.
Oh, it was a 50 Cent gift that was like, me?
Yeah. Because Patrick Mahomes isn't playing flag football, if he switched over today, he thought he would be better just because he plays it every day. But my thing is, like, flag football is like 7-on-7, and that's what
he plays quarterback for the U.S. national team, sorry.
Yeah.
He's the reigning MVP of the international.
I mean, I don't think he's a bad football player.
Yeah. Okay.
But he tried to make this say he has more IQ about flag football than Patrick Mahomes. That might be true, but if you put Patrick Mahomes in flag football, he's still going to be the fucking best quarterback.
Yeah, right. And we want like Tyreek Hill in there and maybe like another running or maybe another quarterback or wide receiver, excuse me. But Duquette said it was disrespectful to assume that NFL players would automatically join the roster. Give the guys who helped this game get to where it's at their respect. Okay.
I mean, I guess that's all fair in games, but like, don't go out there and talk crazy about how you're the best player, best quarterback out there.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes would fucking smoke your bitch ass.
Yeah. So
Probably
are they
half
going to
the
pick
NFL
NFL players? It's like the 3-on-3 basketball, like Jimmer Fredette. Like, why was he a player? They couldn't use like the Ice Cube big three players.
Well, they don't want NBA players for 3-on-3 because they want to give other countries a chance to pick up the game of basketball.
Okay.
So no NBA players could be on the 3-on-3. And then they do all these like certain.
I didn't know we were inviting pity parties here.
Yeah, I don't know either. But they also like, you have to go through so many hoops to like play in FIFA 3-on-3 or something crazy or something stupid. I don't know. I think the whole.
Will NFL players be in the flag football?
I think it's up to the NFL.
Okay.
If they will let them. And I also don't know if NFL players are going to be like, let me go play flag football and risk injury.
Not that this has anything to do with flag football, but the sport of boxing. We only had one bronze medal this year. You know, Jake Paul was like a mental coach for them out there. Jake Paul announced that he wanted to be a boxer and win gold in the 2028 Olympics. Yeah. And I was like, I wonder why the professional boxers don't choose to go try to win like a gold medal like Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney. And I think I read, like I also wrote this, but I don't know if it's fucking true or not, but I read that those guys care more about their boxing professional careers and rather try to go risk it
Yeah.
during the Olympics, and they've got endorsements that they care about here in the United States and things like that. So it just doesn't make sense to them.
Yeah, they just don't want to get hurt. Like
Yeah.
that's same with like any like NFL trying to do flag football. Like
Yeah.
go risk it, and Patrick Mahomes before he signs his deal gets hurt and never be able to play football again. He
Yeah.
misses out on $500
But
million.
wouldn't you want to go win like a gold medal for your country?
I don't know if you're talking about NFL players
Probably not.
going to go play flag football.
Yeah.
That's just not kind of the same game, I don't think.
Kobe Bryant turned 46 last week.
Yep.
RIP
Shout
to the
out.
Mamba. Shout out to the Dunks, those shoes that he used to have, and the Mamba skin shoes. We used to play with Kobe in 2K. You would get on me if I missed one free throw. Then what was your longest streak in 2K with Kobe?
It was like probably like 80 something.
Yeah. Shout out Kobe. Statue. That second statue looks pretty cool.
I saw a picture of it.
With Gigi?
Yeah, the reveal with Gigi. It was. I'm excited to see what the next two are. There's two more, right?
One more.
One more.
There's 2 out of 3 built right now.
Oh, okay. I thought there was supposed to be 4.
Maybe. I think there's 3.
Okay.
Could be
I'm
wrong.
fucking-
Meth worth more than $5 million disguised in fake watermelon shipment. A truckload of meth disguised as a shipment of watermelons was seized at a U.S.-Mexican border crossing in San Diego. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said. According to AP News, officers found 1,220 packages wrapped in paper colored to look like watermelon skins placed among real watermelons.
I mean, hey, if you're trying to get shit in, watermelon is probably a pretty good option. Try it at least, right?
Yeah.
I mean, has that guy never seen the light of day again?
It's just hurting the country, isn't it? Like bringing meth into the country. Like who are those? Do we have cartel in the United States?
I mean, we have Mexican cartel people in the United States, yeah.
Which is just gang members.
I don't know how they fucking run their shit.
Like you think like Ciudad Juarez homies are in here?
I bet there's affiliate people that work with them all the time.
Yeah. That retrieve those packages, yeah.
Yeah, and get the drugs and
And who
sell
are they
them.
selling meth to? Meth is a hard drug.
Bro, you go to rural Indiana or rural fucking Iowa, that's just straight meth heads.
Really? Gary, Indiana too?
I don't know about Gary. Gary's probably more of like a crack cocaine
Crack
type of.
cocaine, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking like you go across anywhere in the middle of this country,
Yeah.
anywhere in the Midwest, Texas, Wyoming, Nebraska, Oklahoma.
You think they're just cooking meth?
Bro, you could drive for 15 miles and see a house and then drive another 15 miles and don't see another one.
Yeah.
Those guys out there are doing fucking heavy drugs, bro.
So what would you say in that instance if like some guy was dropping off like a watermelon package, you would do the I'm good off that? I'm good. Keep that over there.
I'm not touching that.
Keep
dog.
that
Give me that.
over Keep that over there, bro. Keep that over there.
I mean, hey, you gotta try if you in that game and they were like, hey, you gotta get this over there, or where it might kill you, or you were not gonna eat tomorrow. Then you gotta try every way you can. I guess the watermelon is not a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Try another way, maybe a different.
Have
fruit.
you seen the the pounds and packages of cocaine washed up on like the Florida beaches and shit?
Yeah, just from the boats that try to get
All the
it over.
top comments are like, Lord, why have you not blessed me yet?
Let me.
Because then whoever finds them just turns them in, right? Which I guess I would too. I wouldn't know what to do, but I'd be like, dude, how do I get this off?
I'll be honest with you. If I was like a heavy cocaine or I like doing cocaine every day, that was like, I probably wouldn't turn it in. But it's just
It
a
was
certain.
like 50 packages, bro.
It just depends on the person.
I might
who it
try to
is.
be like, what that tastes like. Okay, let's try to get this off real quick. It's pretty good.
Or I just, or I just take off a little kilo for myself,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then turn in the rest.
Yeah, save it, when you need to eat.
when you don't want to eat.
Yeah, when
Shit,
you don't
'cause
want to eat. The popular Demore trend on TikTok right now, is it overhyped? Because
think it's
people are
dumb.
complaining that
I think
it's
it's
not demure or modest to be posting these TikTok trends, because demure and modest people wouldn't be even on social media.
See, I don't know. I'm not too far into it.
I'm not either. That's just what I've seen.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even know really what that means.
The demure trend, I think it means like elegant, or like let's look it up, like synonyms for like very demure, like very mindful.
Like thoughtful and stuff.
Very thoughtful, yeah. Modest, mild, reserved, quiet, shy, timid, shrinking. Yeah.
Yeah, we need a new trend coming around.
New trend. So thoughts on it? Fan or not a fan?
No, I think it's
not a fan. I haven't really been on TikTok lately, which has been great. Okay, so you can now add a song to your Instagram profile. Kind of bring it back to MySpace vibes.
I was going to say, that's the first thing that I thought about.
What's my song on Instagram? I just changed it. I just added it. Take a guess.
I'm not even getting into that for you.
The Health and Wellness Home Depot.
Home Depot vibe.
How do you feel about the Health and Wellness check-ins? Are you a fan?
I haven't seen a couple. You've taken some days off.
I've been slacking for sure.
If you're gonna do the health and wellness, you gotta make sure it's every day.
Every day.
Because if I need it and you didn't do it that day, then
okay,
you're not helping.
Okay, health and wellness check-in. My bad. I'll keep up on that. Or maybe not. Who knows? Boston Celtics Jaylen Brown drops debut rap song featuring A$AP Ferg. It's cool, I guess. He kind of sounds like what's that guy's name? Forgot. He's all right. He's just not great. He's talking about how he's gonna steal your bitch and shit.
I haven't heard it. So
he's a single dude. He's like, I'll go to your city and steal these dudes' bitches and shit. So
is it a good is it bump?
Bad. I mean,
it's just
kind of weird.
Just
like he's just like, why did he? What's good there? Definitely better than the New York Giants tight ends song. What's his name? The New York Giants tight end. He retired. Kelsey Plum's ex-husband. The tight end. They used to play for the Raiders. Oh, God.
Oh, you talking about Darren Waller?
Darren Waller. Did you hear his song? It was trash. Yeah. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber welcomed their first child, Jack Blues Bieber, into the world. Is he going to be the next Justin Bieber, Jack Blues?
I think I saw something with Justin. I think he's going to try to not hide the child, but keep him not like have the same upbringing that he did. Kind of keep him away from being a celebrity.
You know whose upbringing is unrivaled, and we're going to like hear stories about it here in a couple of years? Northwest.
Who is that?
Kim Kardashian and Kanye's daughter.
Oh, God, daughter.
Yeah, okay. Unrivaled. It's like, damn.
Well, they have to because that's who people are. They got famous by being celebrities like that.
Jack Blues, okay, so maybe not a musician. Alex Cooper, last one here, strikes deal with SiriusXM up to $125 million. I was kind of watching some Barstool stuff, and it's still on Spotify. Her stuff is still on Spotify. She brought her entire network, the Unwell Network, onto SiriusXM.
That includes
Alex Earl, and I don't know. I think it's another girl who lives in the UK or something.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously a shitload of money. It's more than the Spotify $60 million, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how it plays out.
I also don't know how long this deal is.
Yeah, I don't know anything about like the deliverables. Is it going to be like an everyday show, which kind of how Barstool was on Sirius?
I don't know, but those numbers don't like that. Probably is what it's.
How do you? I guess Sirius. The question
they were talking about. There's like 10 to 15 million downloads on every episode minimum.
Really?
On her episode.
That is so crazy.
And even she does like a mid show, not a mid show, like a mini episode between shows.
Yeah.
Even those get minimum 10, 15 million.
I guess you can take a wild guess who's pissed about that one.
Bro. Sophia with an F, bro. God. She missed out. Yeah. Like she's not
just because of the suit guy, the boyfriend, or what was their falling out?
She decided this boyfriend, Mr. Suit Guy or Dr.
Was
Suit
trying
Guy,
to just keep her away from a new
said
deal.
he could get her a better deal, and Alex is like, "Fuck you, then, bitch. I'm going off."
Yeah. Do you think she's pissed, or do you think she's happy for her?
She's not happy for her. I don't know if she's so much pissed, but she's probably regretting a bunch.
Still pretty well. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know how it's gonna play out, and it's also I think like SiriusXM is trying to bring in a different demographic, like their demographic to.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't listen. You don't listen to.
I don't listen to Sirius.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even have Sirius in my car.
I mean, I was just gonna say my mom has Sirius. She listens to Sirius all the time.
Yeah,
but like, you ask anybody our age, we're not listening to Sirius.
Let's get into some NCAA and NFL future, Super Bowl picks, and MVPs. I'm going to go with NCAA. First here, Georgia. Carson Beck's back. They won it last year, right?
Yep, we're going for a 2-peat.
Speaking of FSU, they fucking cooked them in the bowl game. So that's a tough week 1 loss, or that's 2 in a row there, 63-3 or something like that. But who they play in the the national championship? Georgia,
Michigan,
and
they lost.
that was they lost, right? Michigan won. Yeah. I got Georgia, Carson Beck and Kirby Smart. I mean, they're ranked number 1.
I like that pick. I mean, that's a safe pick. I think they're really good too. They're gonna be right there in the championship game again.
Yeah. I would like to say, we're Tennessee fans. Nico looks pretty good. I was reading about it today. They've got 2 really good wide receivers.
Yeah, Speedy White
Squirrel
White.
Yeah, and then Thornton Jr.
Jay
Thornton Jr. or something.
Jarrell Jordan or something.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, they've got a top NFL draft pick.
Yeah, Pierce Jr. He was there last year. He is
he a linebacker?
No, he's like a D end.
Yeah. Dog.
I mean, he's gonna be top 5 pick.
Yeah. And then we lost a couple of our safeties and cornerbacks that went to the NFL.
Our biggest is gonna be our secondary. Biggest.
We're gonna get cooked on the secondary.
But we're gonna put up enough points like we've been in the last couple of years that I don't think it will.
I'll put Tennessee, and I love the 12-team college football bracket this year because you watch a game like FSU. What's the first thing as an FSU fan that you're thinking after that loss?
We can still make the playoff.
This year, correct? Yeah. Last year, it was like
no, you lose one game, it's over with.
Which is really fucking lame. So I've got Georgia. Who do you got?
I think I want to say Ohio State.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be the winner of Ohio State and Oregon. They'll probably play twice this year now. Once during the year and then once in the conference championship. And whoever looks better, I think that's. So I'll say Ohio State just because I think it's going to be their year this year.
I like it. For Super Bowl picks and MVP, I'll go Bengals. Joey Burr, coming back. He says he feels better than ever. He's got the hair rocking, and he says he's going to get frosted tips. Man, I got to rock my guy, Joey B. And if they get to the Super Bowl, then Joe Burrow, MVP.
I hate that I'm about to say this.
The easiest schedule, too. I will say that. Easiest schedule to get to the playoffs.
I hate that I'm about to say this. But I think this year...
Texans?
I think I'm going to root for the Chiefs to try to do a 3-peat.
I don't hate it.
And I think Patrick Mahomes, I think if they do it, Travis Kelce will retire on top, 3-peat, never been done before in the NFL. I think this
Propose to Taylor on the field.
Yeah, go off in the sunset with Taylor, travel with her.
Yep.
I think I'll be rooting for them this year. So I'm going to say the Chiefs.
I don't hate it.
But I'll say not being a homer, I kind of also want the Ravens to win. I want Lamar to kind of get there.
I'm not a fan of Derek and the purple, I'll be honest.
No, but I think that...
I don't even think the Ravens make the playoffs. Hot take. Under 10.5 wins.
Well, we'll see. They're going to be really good this year.
I love Lamar Jackson. All right, I like it. Let's get into some Titans Week 1 preview. We'll do this every week. We'll kind of play a fun game where we guess the correct score to the games, the upcoming games. Week 1 in Chicago. Chicago looks like a totally different team. So do we. It's going to be a very interesting test for both teams. The Bears have all the Hard Knocks hype right now. Caleb Williams looks pretty freaking good. He moving, dude. He moving. Will Levis is trying to offensive truck people. It's probably not his game. He's worried about mayonnaise cologne. So I don't know, man. They've got some really, really solid receivers. Keenan Allen, I'm always been a huge fan of. Maybe I'll pick him up and see if he does better in Chicago than the Chargers. But Rome Odunze from LSU. And then there was one other guy that I can't think of at the top of my head, but I know those two guys, and then Caleb Williams. And I know their defense isn't that bad.
Yeah, Moore is the other receiver.
DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And then Titans, we'll just see what happens. We look pretty good for the most part, but we might be without D-Hop first week.
Yeah, I think we got the weapons. Calvin really looked really good preseason.
Yep.
D-Hop, you can't count him out.
Traylon Burks will get a couple more feeds. He'll be more open.
And
Westbrook Akina.
He's going to be a weapon. So I think our offense has...
Higgins. Or I'm sorry, from the Bengals. What's his name? The wide receiver. Is it T. Higgins?
Yeah, we don't have T. Higgins.
Who's the other wide receiver from the Bengals?
I don't know.
Bro.
But I think Adding Pollard in the backfield will be good. Tajay Spears, I think he will get some action. I think we'll be good, dude. I think we're
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd, okay.
Yeah. Jamal Adams is like our cornerback.
Again, with the Titans, the secondary, I know we picked up Snead from the Chiefs, but like our secondary is going to be the question again with the Titans.
There was one guy on the team that like they're not suspending him for 6 weeks or something. He hit his chick or something. I think it's a running back, one of the running backs.
I don't know, dog.
Yeah. True Titans fans will know. The game's at noon in Chicago. Bears are a minus 205. Titans at plus 170 as of now. We're recording again on Saturday, August 24th. The spread is a minus 4.5 in favor of the Bears. Over-under is at 43 points. I like the Titans. I mean, this is where you can find value week 1 in the NFL. I've heard it from a couple different, big people on the internet and on TV. Take the Titans. I think it's going to be 21-17. Titans come out on top. Will Levis has a crazy drive in the fourth quarter, and we take that dub back to Nashville.
I think it's going to be 19-10. I think Caleb Williams will have like 2 or 3 good drives, but then he'll realize this is the NFL and it's different. I'm not saying he'll be bad this year, but I think it's going to be a wake-up call.
Is Caleb Williams the franchise quarterback? I think so. He's been preparing since he's 10 years old.
He's going to be the next like Patrick, bro.
Yeah.
Play style and everything.
Yeah.
But I think every rookie, especially like you see like Peyton Manning going 3-13, throwing the most interceptions ever, whatever. He's going to get a little bit of wake-up call. It's not going to like diminish his career by any means but he's going to have to evolve to the NFL game.
Wait until Big Jeff Simmons hits you once, brother.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
It ain't going to feel right.
You know Jeff Simmons is like the second like highest ranked in Madden.
Is he really?
Like 98.
He's an old head too, isn't he? He's an onk for real.
Yeah.
He's been in the league.
Did you see Jelly Roll? Like his speech, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that locker room.
Yeah, cool. All right, so 19-10, 21-17, both taking Titans, obviously.
Yeah.
MTM corner, and then we'll get out of here. Marshawn Pod. I've got a big opportunity with the job that I'm at with Playmaker. We picked up Marshawn Lynch. We didn't even pick up. It's a Playmaker original. We're starting a new podcast with Marshawn Lynch and Michael Robinson, both Super Bowl winning champions from that 2014 year. I think they cooked the Broncos that year, like 53-7 or something. But I'm going to be head of socials for the Marshawn Lynch podcast. It's very exciting.
Big stuff.
And it's called thank you. It's called the Get Got Pod. So if this drops on Wednesday, everyone, if you're a supporter, Nashville friend, whatever, trying to get a raise at the end of the year, dude, please subscribe to the Get Got Pod and follow on all socials. So super excited. I've been working real hard on it over the past couple of weeks. And then they recorded this past weekend. So I gave a couple of different social media content ideas. I am not sure if we got those back yet. I hope we did, but the launch will be collabed with Boardroom, which is KD's thing. And they're pushing 1 million, so that's going to be a huge help for the launch. And what that launch video will hopefully look like is, I want Marshawn to pick up the phone while they were recording this week. We'll put in the edits of the sound effects of like the text notifications from friends, and then like social media notifications, like ding, like his phone's buzzing. Hey, yo, Mike, check this out, man. They're already buzzing about the pod. And Mike sits down across from him. He's like, check your phone. Checks his phone. Damn, bro, we didn't even come out with the first episode yet. That's crazy. And then they kind of just go back and forth. And then Mike's like, hey, man, this ain't going to be about politics though, right, bro? He's like, nah, man, this all talk, real talk right here. And I think I had it in like, Mike Robinson's like, hey, bro, they ain't ready, real talk. You ready to get got? Marshawn's like, nah, hell nah, I ain't ready to get got. I'm going to get mine before I get got. So hopefully that's the first IG reel. And then if not, the other launch post will just be of the logo. But right now, if you follow the page, you'll see that it's got caution tape all over like the profile photos, and everything's kind of blurred out. So super stoked. Big opportunity, baby. Got Pod. I'm super stoked about it. So we'll see how it goes. But it's I'm going to be very, very busy here in the next upcoming weeks.
Yeah, I think we've been talking about it for, I don't know, probably the last 2 months almost, since you even got the opportunity. I think it's an excellent opportunity to kind of get away from what you've been kind of doing and into more of a space where I think you can grow a little bit more
Yeah.
in terms of what you do at Playmaker, and especially if you get a podcast.
Playmaker is just a podcast network.
Yeah.
We jump-started Shaq's new podcast, the Roommates podcast, which is Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, the OG show, which is Udonis Haslam and Mike Miller, and then Angel Reese's new podcast. This week we dropped on Tuesday, if you're watching this on Tuesday, with her sister Maya Reese in Chicago, and then Marshawn Lynch's new podcast, football podcast with Mike Robinson, which is it's either going to be, I think the first episode was recorded at the Seahawks facility, or that's the second episode. The first one was in Seattle, though, I think. And then a couple more will probably be in Oakland, where Marshawn stays at. But Mike Robinson's super dope. If you don't know who he is, he's like, I think he's a Pro Bowler, Super Bowl winning champion. And then he works for NFL Network. So you see him on probably any of these ESPN2s or NFL Networks or any sort of radio stations. So, yeah, I'm super stoked, man. Super stoked about that. So that's great. Suspended license. You've been in Indy for the past couple of weekends. We've been trying to rip this damn pod for a minute.
We got back from LA and I got a fucking notice. My mom was in Indianapolis, picked up the mail and said my license got suspended, bro.
Yeah.
It's from a ticket I guess I didn't pay. It was almost 2 years ago. Tried to go up there to like fix it, put in paperwork. They have to like approve it and whatnot. Pay a ticket, fucking almost double what the ticket was originally just because it's been so long. Pay your fucking tickets. I guess it's different because my license is still in Indiana. If that like notice came to my house,
But it's just crazy. You had to show up to court, right? You had to drive to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I had to show face to say that I wasn't trying to evade
Yeah.
paying my ticket, and it was
That's crazy, bro.
they was like suspended for 3 years
If
I don't pay my ticket.
God.
So you have to show your face, say, hey, I thought
So
I
you
paid
haven't been
this.
pulled over for 3 years?
The suspension would have started August 1st,
Gotcha.
right after we got back.
Mm.
So there was like 3 days there where I would have, if I got pulled over, I probably would have been in jail type shit. So,
Well, glad you're free. Free man.
yeah. And then my fucking, this week fucking tire fucking pops on the fucking
Yeah,
interstate.
I know, bro. I've had tire issues too. Which one was it?
My front driver.
And tires are expensive too.
Yeah, I mean,
Like $200 a pop, dude.
I feel like this week, last 2 weeks, everything with my car, I fucking suspended license,
yeah.
tighter, and now I'm paying my fucking, what's it called? Tags. Like, holy
I got to get new
shit.
tags. I'm on expired tags right now.
Yeah.
I just paid my car note, which was like $700, dude. I'm fucking cooked. I'm cooked, bro. Glad you're a free man. Last but certainly not least, I almost gave an old lady a heart attack a couple weeks ago walking out of the YMCA after working out. I was walking toward my car, and there's a Tesla backing out of the parking spot. I almost got hit by a Tesla. Here's the sequence. I almost got hit by a Tesla. Old lady driving that Tesla stopped super quick. I'm like, oh, shoot, sorry about that. Try to get out of the way, but then realized my car was to the right of her. So I try to squeeze in real quick while she's still somewhat in her parking spot. Open up the door real quick. Turns out it wasn't my car. Old lady was in the car. Ah! Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I almost gave this lady a heart attack. And I was like, I got the same car. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then some guy was watching me, while that entire time. And he was like, bro, you almost just got ran over, hit by a car. You almost got hit by a car, and then you almost gave a poor lady a heart attack. I was like, yeah, I'm going home.
Yeah, only I said to you when that happened, only you would that shit happen to.
That's what I was thinking, bro. I was like,
Get smoked by a car for a second time? Shit.
All right, that's I'm on 3% here. That's season 5, episode 1. Make sure to like, subscribe. In the meantime, there's already another Man-to-Man podcast where we're not them. There's 2 now, so fucking A. But we'll do the namaste, but I definitely want to add in the health and wellness checking at the end if you're cool with that.
I would love to have.
Okay.
So namaste to you guys.
Namaste to you guys. Health and wellness check-in. Appreciate it.